Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Adventurers League for Storm King's Thunder. I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films, and I am also the game master for the day. And joining me today is William.
I'm William, and I'm playing Fired Altorian, Human Paladin of Ilmater.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I'm playing Kinvalar Erasime, the Sun Elf Blade Singer.
And Aaron.
Hey, I'm Aaron, and I'm playing Miracle, the Tiefling Ranger.
And Jeff.
Hi, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Farbolt Chance, the half-elf rogue.
All right. And when last we left our adventurers, they had just finished helping to defend Tribor from the attack of a group of fire giants, whose goal was unknown, but who were definitely there to wreak havoc. They managed to drive off the smaller horde that was accompanying the fire giants and injured the fire giants enough that they determined that it wasn't worth trying to continue the fight. The fire giants then retreated to the Cerbern Hills to the northeast. And the party sort of had a chance to relax and rest and recover. By the way, William, you've had a long rest, so
Yay!
all the stuff that you can refill, you can. Afterwards, after the fight, the party went around talking to various members of various denizens of Tribor, receiving a monetary reward of I think it was 25 gold each. For their initial assistance with the fire giants, and then also receiving information related to a variety of quests that they could undertake for additional reward. There was a delivery job to be made on behalf of the Lion Shield Coster. There was a report. They learned that the Lord Protector of the town, Darathra, was a member of the Harpers, and she asked that they deliver a message to her fellow Harpers in Everland. They also have potential magical items that they could recover from a not so nice noble family in Silvery Moon. They have a reward waiting for them from the Lord and Lady of Citadel Felbar. They found that there is a potential bounty hunting mark waiting for them north along the road. In what's the name of that place? I've moved away, so north along the north past Longsaddle up at Xantharl's Keep. They also learned that an old adventuring acquaintance to the innkeeper has potentially a giant slaying weapon that they might be able to find use for, that they could try to retrieve. Or they could try to convince him to let go up at Zymorvan Hall, northwest of Silvery Moon. And with all this information, they sort of decided, you know what, we're gonna set around and we're gonna circle the Evermoors here in the Forgotten Realms and sort of try to hit all the dots as we go. And their first destination was Nonar's Hold, a formerly extravagant and well-off hunting lodge that has sort of fallen onto hard times recently, primarily due to dark rumors about some of the denizens performing or putting together great hunts where the hunters themselves are the prey. So we pick back up on the road. The group of you have just stumbled across a abandoned cart that seems like it was attacked further south of Tribor. You sort of set the horse. You let the horse free and just sort of left the cart, taking what little belongings remained on it, and continued to head towards Nonar's Hold. It's about 2 weeks of a journey from Tribor to Nonar's, and on about the third day, while still in the Desserin Valley, you come across the Cerbern. The Cerbern River, which is one of the larger rivers that crosses the Evermore sort of crosses over as it follows the Desserin River, which is another river. These two rivers sort of connect at a crossroads, and this is sort of where you're at. Just outside of Yarder, which is a small, sort of a small way stop town. And what are your passive perceptions? What are your passive perceptions?
Minus 14.
12.
14, 12.
Wait, hold on. This can't be right.
10 plus your perception
Yes,
bonus.
Oh, okay. Plus wisdom or the perception bonus?
Your perception skill, which if you're not
Okay.
trained in it, then it's
Okay, that's why it's so high. 18.
okay.
11.
You're a rogue. That's right.
Yeah.
So Farbolt, as everyone, as you guys are wandering along, you can see Yarder in the distance, but you also see, a little bit further back to the east, about a quarter mile away, you see a crumbling tower atop a hill. Parts of its conical roof and outer shell seem to have fallen inward, and leaving a gaping hole above it, about which 4 hawks circle. And it just sort of catches your eye. And just sort of this abandoned tower off to the east, off to the northeast of the road.
And we mostly point out, hey, Miracle, look, Hawk's Nest.
We will find out how Miracle reacts in a moment. Everyone else, the other two, you can hear Farbolt saying, "Hey, look," and thus, when pointed out, the other two of you can see this tower.
Oh, hi. Do I know any significance about this tower?
It looks like it's an abandoned, collapsed tower. It may have been hit by a boulder. You can't really tell from this distance as to why it's collapsed, but it is collapsed.
Fair enough.
And they are hawks and not vultures, right?
Bloodhawks, yes. Farbolt pointed out a tower to Miracle and said, "Hey, look, Hawk's Nest."
Yay, animals!
So
I like those.
you turn and see about a quarter mile off. There's a tower to the northeast. That has just slowly crumbling tower, with hawks circling around it.
Well, I can't talk to them from here. Are we taking a detour? Actually, can I do a nature check?
I mean, it
to
may be
see
worth
why this behavior might be happening?
Sure, give me a nature check.
Well, if they're circling for food, it's happened very recently. Otherwise, they would have picked it clean already.
10. Never mind.
There's a variety of reasons why hawks might circle. They could be hunting something. They could have been disturbed by something. There could be something in the tower that's sort of making a fuss.
Okay.
It may be worth, if we are going to continue with this whole...
Giants are rampaging.
Yes.
Check it out. We can
At least to
try
check it out and make sure
How
everything
far
is
off
well there, see if they have any information.
How far off the road is this?
About a quarter mile.
It's not too bad. We can leave the cart somewhere off in the woods somewhere.
Yes.
I mean, you're in grasslands, but you can. It's not too bad that the cart can't come with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's
I'm just thinking
it's
that
just sort of
we
up a hill.
I use my ranger travel perks to let it come up the hill with us.
Yeah.
Actually, I can't because it's not an hour more of traveling.
No, it wouldn't be. But you can still find like the smoother slopes that'll get the.
Is grassland your favorite terrain?
That'll get the cart up.
It's one of them, yeah.
That'll get the cart up the hill slightly more easily. Yeah, and you guys can approach. So as you get closer, you get about 100. You get a couple hundred feet away from the tower, and you notice that there's a large boulder sort of blocking the ground, the sort of western ground floor entrance to the tower. As you guys sort of you just have to circle around back to the east, back to the west.
Checking the map, does it seem like there's a tower here marked on it in any way?
Not on the map, no. It doesn't look like this is a landmark of any kind. It looks now as you guys get closer, you sort of you think it may have at one point been a watchtower, but it's definitely fallen into disrepair and disuse. But yeah, so there's a sort of a large boulder blocking the ground floor entrance, and as you get closer, you start to hear. First, you're not sure what it is, and as you get closer, it gets louder and clearer. This deep, guttural, dirge-like sound, quite straining on the ears, coming from something inside the tower.
Okay, that's not normal.
No. No, that is not normal.
It is also not pleasant.
I'd say
Nature check on what might be making such a noise, or no?
Sure, you can make a nature check. You also are definitely sure this is what's bothering the hawks.
Yeah. I can imagine that's probably very scary for them. They probably don't have a lot of context for it.
if we're going to go look at it, we leave the cart back here.
17.
Turn it around.
You've never heard this kind of sound before, so you're not 100%. What are your favorite enemies?
My favorite enemies are elementals and giants.
So, you've never heard this particular sound before, but you have heard this vocal type. There's a hill giant inside the tower singing something.
I think he's singing in the shower. We might want to come back later.
You can tell it is a female hill giant that you are hearing.
Oh. Miracle pronouns the person correctly. I think she's singing in the shower. We might want to come back later.
Oh God, the images. It's almost like, oh God, the images. No.
Miracle looks genuinely confused. Hill giant specifically, but
yep.
I'm not particularly in the mood for picking a fight with the hill giant, but do we feel this might be important and potentially relevant to this ordning thing that our good cloud giant friend was speaking of?
I mean,
It's
if the
does it sound like they're singing about murdering people and ascending the ordning?
Do you speak giant?
Yes, I speak giant.
No, they are. It is a mournful, like, sad, depressing song.
I speak a lot of languages.
It's a dirge.
This is someone who is wallowing in self-pity and depression. This is not a kill everything, I'm going to murder things giant. This is I am upset.
She seems sad. Let's not make her more sad by killing anyone. That's bad.
I mean, so if they are if the castle's been hit by boulders, it's perhaps this person may have some knowledge and may be able to offer us some insight in terms of the whole giant kerfuffle.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't speak giant. How about you guys? Anyone?
I do not.
I speak giant and also Orcish,
Wonderful.
which is another language that many giants
I do speak
prefer.
Orc, yes.
As do I.
Though I don't know
weird.
if she does.
But aren't hill giants not the, smartest of things,
They're also usually not the friendly type, as far as I've heard.
Well, then we'll be friendly
Zephyros
and not be
didn't
be
really
judging
have
people
that high of
based on
opinion
their
of them.
their race or subrace. Sure, there's a few judgments I could pull on each of you. Tail swishes back and forth.
I mean,
My dog picks the best times to need to go outside, primarily when I can't. I'm the one person that can't really walk away. Yeah, you don't have to wait. Anyways. So, you guys approach the tower.
I threw it first. Let's leave the cart well away from the tower, and go up on foot or just our horses. There's nothing like being chased by a giant and having to drive a cart.
that is fair. Yes, let's. I will.
I'm still here.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm wondering if I can roll some sort of check to use my naturey shit to disguise the card a bit or put it in a good spot.
Double check.
That's a 3.
No.
We sprinkle some grass on it. No one will know.
Sure, it'll be fine.
We're not going to leave it here for long.
Miracle's like, I know
It'll be
grasslands.
okay.
Maybe I can hide a card in the open field.
And as long as you can get the horses not to wander away, that's
Yes,
That would
Mount
be
Vala.
Yeah, your primary
They're trained
issues with hiding the cart is there's nothing to hide behind. All right, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves for a moment. I don't have a dog shitting in my living room.
Fair enough.
hey.
So presumably moving a little ways away from the giant castle.
Yep. Well.
So how do we want to approach this?
Politely.
Well, I was thinking more of the front door is barred or blocked.
So, you leave the cart where? Just sort of away?
A ways from the... Not at the door, but...
Okay. And so that takes you a few minutes. And are you guys just sort of walking up to the tower, or are you trying to remain unseen? What are you trying to do?
That's what we were just discussing while we were putting the cart somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean,
can we get a?
If we are attempting to
can you send
open up dialogue? It probably would not be best to go sneaking around.
Can you send your little cat up there to give us a view?
Yes, I could.
Make me a perception check.
I'm hopeful that person will not.
Or
8.
The invisibility detector cat.
Seems like a fine idea to you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rather hopeful that there will not be.
Or Miracle's bird.
Isn't here right now.
Oh, right. We sent it off with a message.
Yep. He is off informing the protector, whatever the title formally is, of the town, that Seems like something was coming from the south and had potentially spooked a merchant caravan and its horse, or something close to that.
Yes.
Yes. Something had attacked a caravan. But
All right.
Actually, you'd probably
Give me a moment to-
Miracle also give you a perception check because this is something that you would be paying attention to.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Let's see. Perception?
I think I know
perception.
too, but Farbolt wouldn't care.
19.
So you sort of look up and see you're looking up and look at the hawks flying around it, and you sort of, just by glancing at it, you can tell that these are blood hawks, which are make me a nature check now.
21.
Yeah. Bloodhawks are particularly aggressive hawks. They are very, very territorial. And if something were to try to fly through their territory, they would probably attack it. And just from your experience with hawks in general, they'd probably tear relics apart.
You might not want to send the kitty into a hawk's nest. Especially when the hawks are already angry.
Oh! Yes, no, let's not do that.
Yeah, going near the hawks, like you guys could probably take care of the hawks if you really wanted to, but it would certainly leave a bad first impression.
No, yes, let's not do that.
And would definitely result in the death of a cat.
Kind of what I thought, but Farbolt wouldn't have thought about it.
So while you guys are having this discussion, the dirge stops.
Okay.
And you hear a from inside the tower.
Did she pass
Do I
out?
see the door open?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Are you doing anything?
Well, shall we go approach?
Approach. I'd spread out.
Yeah, like with a friendly wave and an open smile.
Again, yes, let's not approach in a hostile expectation.
So you now hear the sort of grinding of stone as this large boulder starts to move.
All right, I'm gonna walk up because we keep talking about it.
And
No, that's what I said.
So you all begin to walk up as this large...
I will lag behind a little bit to give some space.
Right. As this large female half-ogre... Or, sorry, hill giant, not half-ogre. Hill giant, wearing, like, roughly put together, very poorly put together animal hides, pushes this boulder out of the way and steps out, looking around, scratching her back, reaching back as she does so. Doesn't seem to notice you guys yet. Moves over, grabs the boulder, starts sliding it back. Let's see how attentive she is.
Out in the open with a friendly wave and a smile.
Yep. Well, with a 19, she notices you. She looks over, sees a small cluster of humanoids that are, while currently being friendly, I believe we have a paladin with a sword and shield. You have a ranger with a bow and arrow, and an elf with weapons as well. You all have weapons, is what we're saying.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I mean, given my stats, I don't exactly look like I can use them.
she just sort of, you see her face just
Hi,
sort of.
and in giant, as she notices us. Hi. So we noticed the birdies were upset, so we came to see if how things were going over here.
So make me a persuasion check.
Unfortunately, the ranger is the only one who can be the front man here because the ranger is the only one that speaks giant.
So
That is an average roll.
it is.
It's a code roll for this game.
She reaches over and grabs a big chunk of rubble and is preparing to throw it when you sort of talk, and sort of startled by the fact that you're talking in giant and being nice. She just sort of holds it up, doesn't let go of it, but is definitely holding to throw.
Oh, then
And
he's just gonna continue. So is this your house? It's a little broken, but that's nice, I guess, or not nice if that's not something you like.
I mean, this is my house. This is still
It's an
holding it.
impressive house.
Thank you.
Looking back and forth.
And this is
Is there
all going on in giant too.
Could you,
Are those your
Miracle, could you ask her to perhaps please put the giant crushing device down?
Miracle at this point is gonna take his bow off his back and sort of put that to the side and the arrows. They're being antsy about the boulder because they're silly.
Because we don't want to die.
This is the
make
character
me-
that tried to make
I
friends
know, I
with
know.
booze.
Make me another persuasion check. $17.
17.
So seeing that
Unarmed.
you've disarmed yourself, she sort of lowers the rubble and puts it back on the ground.
Much better.
I Moog. Who you?
Miracle. And this is Kinvalar
Hello.
and Kinfiren and confusingly similar name. I don't
Firebolt?
actually say that.
Farbolt.
What you want?
Just what I said. We noticed that the birdies were upset and we wanted to make sure things were okay. If this is your house and you're doing okay, that's great. And that's what we wanted to figure out. And if you're not doing okay, we want to help you.
Not okay.
Oh.
Me from Den of Giants. This not me normal home, this me new home. Chief Goo steal me husband.
That's not
And-
very good.
Out of character, isn't Goo the hill giant lord that Zephyros told us about?
Notes.
I don't know.
I've got that information. Cross check as you would like while the conversation in giant. continues.
You guys, Zephyros didn't really talk about who leads the Hill Giants.
All right.
You just went on about how they're a bunch of morons.
Because Hill Giants are idiots.
Yes.
This is like Chief Goo, idiot in charge of idiots or something like that.
Chief Goo steal husband.
That is not very nice.
She like my husband, she take him for herself. Kick me out of den. So me can't fight Chief Goo. So me here
sorry about that. That's very impolite of your chief.
Chief do not care.
Well, if it makes you unhappy, that's not a good thing. And
My God.
do you want to go back, or do you want to find a new life? Because it sounds like that wasn't a healthy place for you to be if things like that were happening to you.
This is beautiful to listen to.
Small one talk too much.
I'm
Me
sorry.
hungry. And she sort of looks at you. Me hungry. And sort of looking at Fyron and Convalar and you and Farbolt. You make good meal though.
I'm sure we can get you food. Here.
What?
And Miracle will cast Goodberry.
The giant looks down.
We're gonna die because our ranger.
That no
Can
food.
create food that is able to sustain a humanoid for a week, for a day?
Yeah, good thing. Unfortunately, giants aren't humanoids.
I assume the magic has equivalent scalable properties.
Nope.
I mean, if they eat like the entire handful, it might be good for a bit.
That was the thought, yes.
That no food. That plant.
Well, I am a hunter. If you're not able to find food for yourself because you're working through this change in your life and being in a new home that isn't quite as unhealthy for you, I'm sure he can help make sure you have some food to while you're transitioning through that process.
You give me food?
I think we can go find some food for you, absolutely.
You give me food. You give me food, me no eat you.
Okay.
And she just sort of sits down and waits.
Okay.
Miracle will
So
look
how's
to the
it
rest of the
going?
group.
Yeah. So
And in
that
common.
seems good.
Okay, time to go hunting. We'll catch some food.
Hunting.
Explain, please.
So, sounds like there are some relationship issues. Her husband was taken by the chief of the tribe, and she is removed from the tribe. Now, I don't think that's a really healthy dynamic, so I'm really happy that she's moving away and finding a new home and a healthier environment. So we're going to support her through that by helping her have some food because she's hungry.
That's a lot to take in. Hang on a second.
How much do hill giants eat?
More than we can probably find
A
reasonably.
fair amount, I would say. I would assume.
Well, hill giants are huge creatures, which makes them two
I'm
sizes larger than
assuming
you.
4 humanoids worth of body weight.
Yeah, 4 humanoids worth of body weight would probably be a good breakfast.
Or more.
Or more. So we're looking
Maybe
for
like
like
a
a good sized moose or elk or something like that is what we're looking at.
Potentially. Or just yourselves, whatever.
Well, let's find her some game before she thinks we stay
I
crunchy and milk.
suppose so.
I suppose if we're going to embark upon this, then we
Yeah. And Miracle will head
Well-
off and start trying to hunt for food because
Oh,
He's a ranger. He's supposed to be able to do that.
Because I would have done it over the course of like yesterday's or like last week's game. I have resummoned Gilded Mane.
No, you resummoned Gilded Mane as an NPC. I figured you'd do that immediately. All right, give me survival checks for those of you hunting for food.
Yeah, that's not that good at it, but I will give it a shot.
Not that
This
good
is
at
my
it,
Titanic -1.
but you know,
Hey, 18!
eh,
Okay,
And a
nat
natural
18 and a
20.
natural 20.
20.
And an 11 from Miracle.
I accidentally
From the
rolled
one who
an
actually
anti-
knows how to do this stuff.
13.
So, I mean,
oh yes, Chief Gu is the Lord of the Hill Giants. That was the sentence stated, by the way.
Okay.
I was looking back over my notes. Yes, Chief Gu is the Hill Giant Chief.
I mean, we got an 18 and a natural 20. That should be for something.
So, yeah, no, with an 18 and natural 20, so, Miracle, you immediately set off, heading down back towards the road, and, Farble and Kindlar, you're not used to scavenging as much as
I
Miracle is,
actually kind of am.
but you both sort of look over to the river, and you figure Miracle's, like, heading deeper into the grasslands, and you're, like, less than a quarter mile away from a river.
Yeah.
So the two of you just sort of head that way, while Fyron follows Miracle, figuring that Miracle knows what's happening.
That's pretty accurate.
And Fyron and Miracle, you guys start gathering like berries and roots and
No, I
vegetables.
heard her. She is not a vegetarian. She wants meat. I would not be gathering fruit for the person that doesn't like fruit.
You're gathering them to make traps. You're gathering
Okay.
to make like traps for like rabbits and other
Yeah.
game that do eat that stuff.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kinvalar and Farble, you sort of head over to the river and you find like 3 or 4, like a small herd of deer grazing and drinking.
Cool.
And through quick and effective use of cantrips and daggers, you manage to fell 4 of these deer, and start dragging them back. Meanwhile,
Somebody did live on the edge of the high forest and trained in a semi-hermit lifestyle for a while. So I'm just not proficient.
Miracle and Fyron, you guys come back with a couple of rabbits and some smaller game, and you look and see Kinvalar and Farble dragging 4 deer carcasses behind them.
Yay! You found stuff
Yeah.
too. Great.
Could use a little help.
Okay.
Yeah.
With
Right,
my
the two lowest strength people are dragging the deer back. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's-
strength of 8,
Little help.
I will be
Little
That's
helping
why-
out as much as
Actually,
I can.
no. Strength of 13.
You're a lot stronger than I am.
One of the highest strength and one of the lowest strength.
There you go. Yeah, you guys drag them back, and you get them all back to Moog, who immediately just sort of reaches down, grabs the deer by a handful, and dumps them into her mouth without preparing them at all. Just and she just sits there chewing on deer for now.
Yes, well, I hope they enjoy.
Hope that was
Now
good.
what?
And I hope that you have a good time with adjusting and coming to terms with this. I really do think it's going to be healthy for you in the long term. I know that the separation is always hard when it's a relationship like this.
Miracle.
Can you ask her what miracle
you-
can you? Oh, go ahead.
No, I think we were probably going to ask the same thing. Can you ask about this whole ordning business?
So they're curious about the ordning. If you have thoughts, obviously you're very thoughtful.
That Chief Goo's business, not mine.
Okay.
Me
It's
hate
good that
Chief
you're
Goo.
recognizing that. Establishing your own identity is important in this stage.
I was about to ask. Can you ask her what happened to the former residents of this tower?
I feel like we're going to find. I feel like we
she
probably
doesn't
already.
be coming, so.
I feel like we probably already know the answer to
Answer.
that, and it may be something we don't want to know.
No. Um,
Miracle won't actually relay that question.
Looking off the others, there is a nearby town. They might want to know that a hill giant is around. A potentially person munching hill giant is taking up residence here. This may be all well and good for her to relocate and for her get away from her tribe, but when she starts munching on the farmers,
You are not
I'm
incorrect.
sure we'll let the town know that they have new neighbors.
So I should point out that the town's first action is going to say, well, let's hire some adventurers to deal with the hill
What the hell
giant
is that?
living outside of our town.
That's very rude
Hey,
of
you're-
them.
Hey, you're a group of
And I'm sure
adventurers.
we're not the adventurers that would ever take such an offer because we're nice people.
This is a hill giant. At some point, it's going to say innocent snacks.
Miracle tail flips and goes back to talking with the giant very briefly. So, is there anything else you need right now? While you're
Me need Chief Goo dead, so me have husband back.
well, if that happens, or if we happen to cross that path, we'll look into it.
You
I can't
kill
make
Chief
them-
Goo for me?
I can't make that promise right now. Oh, but I think it's good that you're setting
You
goals
kill
for
Chief Goo for
your
me.
future.
And you notice she's starting to get a little bit more agitated now.
We'll do what we can.
You kill Chief Goo for me. Me show you where Chief Goo is. So the rest of you, while not understanding
Miracle,
what Mooga's saying,
what's going on?
definitely
Get the
seeing
sense that the giant is getting agitated.
an
yeah,
attitude
Tim's like,
shift.
what's going on?
It seems like things have backtracked a little bit.
Has that giant said
I
the
know
same thing 4
that
times now?
separation can always be challenging in
and
the early stages of this sort of
and
separation.
proper nouns translate across languages. You have definitely heard the word goo 4 times now.
And they said the exact same series of grunts and words 4
Yeah,
times in a row.
Like with the same goo with the same prefix before it. Yes.
Yeah.
Is everything all right?
Whenever someone is leaving a relationship, there's a bit of instinct to just fixate, and it's completely normal and completely understandable.
Make me a insight check, Miracle.
Miracle is going to either get eaten or get us eaten trying
3!
with this
You
kid.
think that this line of statement is completely fine to continue on with.
Miracle?
What?
The giantess seems to be
Excited?
angry. What's going on?
Obviously, she wants the chief who took her husband from her dead. It's completely what
Ah.
you'd expect in this
Why does she seem
stages
angry
of
at
grief.
us?
I mean, I suppose that makes sense. Yeah, so that's perhaps the anger does seem very specifically aimed at the moment.
Mm.
So Farbolt, While everybody is talking to Miracle, you sort of glance out the side of your eye and you see Moog reaching for that boulder.
Guys.
Oh dear.
Think
Well,
And you hear
Miracle, would you like to say something to her quickly, please?
I understand you're going through a really tough time, and we're
We're
happy
kidding.
to make sure that you make a friendly relationship with your new neighbors. And do our best to make you feel welcome in your new environment. But we aren't going to let you take out your unhealthy. This is a really challenging thing, and you need to find healthy ways to cope.
So while Miracle is in the middle of this babbling sentence, you all Miracle hears, "You no kill Chief Goo, me kill you." You all hear "da ra ra goo ra ra," and then the boulder flies up and down
God.
at Miracle.
I was kind of expecting this at this point. I'm moving out of the way.
I was already off to the side, and now I'm diving away.
I mean, it's a single target action. It's a single target attack, anyways. So,
Still the reaction. Boulder
You
flying. Dive.
let's see. Does a 26 hit you, Miracle?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
This is what I get for trying to combat systemic biases in my society. Literally attacked with boulders.
Now, this boulder in particular does.
Who says Dungeons and Dragons can't be topical to current events?
How many damage?
28 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm alive.
Fuck!
So you all sort of see Moog just rear back and this boulder just crushes Miracle. Just
All right, so
Fight the
offensive
boulder on
actions
Miracle's
are
head.
being taken now.
And now we're gonna roll initiative.
I guess this is a form of therapy. Not a healthy one. We need to
my
find a
God.
licensed therapist.
It's not a healthy one for us.
Need to find a licensed giant therapist.
Presumably some variety of priest. Or, a great old one warlock.
I don't think Great Old One Warlocks are good therapists.
They can read your mind.
They can speak
They can
directly
read.
into
They
your
can
mind.
read. They can read and speak directly into your mind, but that's not their motivation. Is to help you be more sane.
Actually, we'll use this word.
The motivation of most rangers isn't social betterment through making friends with the enemies.
I mean, there's a line to be pursued of making an ally, but when that person is
All right. So we have, who do we all have? Byron. What's your dexterity, Byron?
-1.
What's the number?
9, 8. Oh my god.
I guarantee you my age is higher than
What's
theirs.
your intelligence?
10.
Okay, you're going before Moog. Who are we missing on initiative? Farbolt.
Farbolt.
There's
I
no
should
way.
note that I'm also still I'm actually no, I went hunting, so I probably took my weapons with me for that.
All right.
There's no way I have less intelligence
So,
than a hill giant.
Our initiatives are 18, 18, 8, 7, 7. Of the two 18s,
Grog.
Kevlar and Farbolt, which one of you has the higher dexterity?
Looks like
Mine's
Farbolt.
18.
Yeah.
All right. So, Farbolt, you're going first.
Grog has a higher intelligence than a hill giant.
What's Grog's intelligence score?
6.
6.
It is. It's 1 point higher than a hill
Yeah.
giant's.
first thing I'm gonna do. Well, is Miracle still
Yeah,
alive?
Miracle is still alive and standing.
Oh, quite.
It's just
Yes,
the
quite
boulder.
alive.
The boulder hit Miracle, like got squished underneath the boulder as it rolled past, and then bounced back up.
Okay. Then...
Probably still in the middle of that rambly sentence.
Just wham!
Okay. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Move over here, and I'm going to hold my action until someone gets into melee attack. Get ready with a dagger.
What you're gonna throw a action when somebody gets into melee? Okay. Kinvalar.
All right. Bonus action, activate Blade Song. And I'm getting in melee range, so.
All right. So as Kinvalar runs up, Farbolt, your ready action goes off. So throw your dagger.
15, 20, 25.
That is
30.
a wall.
Oh, that stuff is actually
that is
accurate.
legitimately a wall. Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
5, 15, 20 then.
This scene.
So once Kinvalar moves up, toss of egg. 25 hit. I'm hoping.
I would hope so.
Yes, say 25 hits.
So I got someone in mute.
7 and 8. So 7 points of piercing damage from the dagger, 8 points of you, and this dagger stabs into the massive, doughy flesh of this hill giant, just sort of sticks there. You don't see any blood.
Yeah. And then I am attacking twice with my scimitar. Because actually, no. I'm attacking once using Green Flame Blade.
Okay. Green flame blade away. Because, yeah, you now have the fire damage attached to it, don't you?
Oops, that did not. That was not an attack.
That was
11.
an 11
So
misses.
Yes.
As you swing up and you swing up and your blade engulfs in fire, and then it just skips off the hide of this of the giant, not really finding any purchase.
That's fine. Whatevs.
All right, Miracle.
This is not a healthy way to deal with this. I'll just cast Cure Wounds on myself.
You can keep saying that until the giant kills you and eats you.
I'm not sure why there's a Wisdom save on Cure Wounds, but
I don't know why
I
either.
Cure Wounds myself.
I resist the heal.
Save versus Wisdom or heal.
Well, I mean, actually, no. I mean, if you're trying to heal an unwilling target, they can save against it.
I'll just say I wasn't sure why it was set up that way in my spell sheet.
Would it be a save at that point, or would it be a touch attack like Inflict Wounds?
No,
It'd be a touch attack.
Maybe. So yeah, you heal yourself for 6.
Yep.
That your turn, or are you doing anything else?
That's my turn.
All right. That makes it Fyron's turn.
Okay. This is stupid.
Yes, it is.
Okay, move up here so that I can be next to Kinvalar and impose disadvantage if the giant decides to attack Kinvalar.
My armor class is probably higher than yours.
Is your armor class higher than 18?
It's 18.
Then we have the same armor class.
But he has
At
a lot
some
more
point,
hit
there's
points.
going to be a discussion about this.
He has more hit points than you do.
I have a lot more hit points than you do. That's a 9.
9
Well
misses.
done.
That's a 6.
A 6 also misses.
Yay!
So you
Yep.
you
Rolling
start
dice.
again. You start swinging, and it's just you're hitting. It's just that you're not finding any purchase on the rough, stony hide of the hill giant.
After a few decent rolls to start, the Roll20 has in fact remembered this is the Final Show Films Adventurers League, and we should not be rolling above a 3.
So, that's what that says, and that's how that works. So,
No.
Uh-oh.
Moog leaps into the air.
What?
Oh shit.
Okay,
This
Storm
is
King
gonna
Thunder.
go well.
And belly flops all 3 of you.
Oh my god!
Do we get a save or something?
It's an attack.
Of
I
course it is.
impose disadvantage.
All right. Does an 18 hit all 3 of you?
Yeah.
I'm using my reaction to throw up shield. Somebody can have a higher armor class than 18.
All right.
And I throw a 23.
I will use my reaction for Hellish Rebuke.
Okay.
I will
As
use my
the
reaction to
tiefling
get it.
has had
I
enough
think I
of
just
it.
made it bad. I just think I just made a portion of the
This
body.
is not how you deal with your divorce.
It's not really a divorce when somebody steals your husband.
It's more of a
That is
separation.
exactly what divorce is.
No,
Or
this is a marital
smoky,
kidnapping.
angry women that throw boulders at things.
It's not. You're misunderstanding the use of the term stolen.
I am intentionally.
So make your hellish rebuke check as actually, hang on, because you have to be awake to use that.
I don't know. It's a reaction.
I believe it's
Let's
after
see.
you take damage. So
Yeah.
I think you still have to be
Yeah.
conscious.
So first of all, Fyron and Miracle, you both take 23 points of bludgeoning damage
Ow!
as the giant falls on you. Kinvalar, you sort of stand up and you sort of
Oh, why?
put your hands up and get the shield out, and it makes enough of a bridge for you to duck out from underneath the flab. You're still like in that area of the giant, but you're like in the armpit area, not underneath it.
I just like the idea that Kinvalar was holding up a shield and was just like in a dome of flab right now.
Yeah. Well,
Just like completely encased by the giant's belly.
he was. And he had to get out before it stopped, so it's like,
Yes. Oh, this is amazing.
Meanwhile, Miracle, it's squash! On a hit, the giant lands prone in the target's space. Well, you're all in the space.
How much damage did I take?
23 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay, Storm King
I'm still
Thunder.
awake. A ranger. I have a lot of hit points.
Alright, so now you can do Hellish Rebuke. Must make a dexterity saving throw. A 9 doesn't make it. So go ahead and roll
Doesn't.
your damage.
Seriously?
4 points of fire damage.
On 2d10.
Wow.
Could have been worse. It could have been 2.
Smell of burnt hair. Hill giant.
So the Farbolt, you're watching. You see,
It's like, ooh.
you just see this giant jump and body slam, or like just belly flop onto your allies. You see a puff of fire coming out from one side of it, and then Kinvalar squeezing himself out the other. I'm gonna say you move. I'm gonna say you move to here.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just wham. Both Fyron and Miracle are considered grappled.
This is the greatest giant fight that ever
You are
happened.
you are both grappled and prone.
Yeah.
And that makes it Farbolt's turn.
He's laughing at this point. He's just outright laughing at this point.
Oh my god.
I love this giant.
So, I'm not gonna let you guys live this one down.
What are you talking about? I'm just fine.
I was really hoping.
I'm not even. I don't even have the sheen of flop sweat on me, so don't go mocking me.
By the way, Fire and Miracle, it certainly smells unique under there.
So when
I was really hoping that imposing disadvantage would have made it miss me, because that would have had the implication that I deflected this giant's fat with my shield.
I just like the idea that you were like, no, I've got you. Whomp. The implication being that you tried to shield bash the giant off, and it worked as well as you
Byron,
expected.
you were doing something.
My turn is over.
It's Farbolt's turn.
Farbolt.
and I run up here. It's basically do kind of like a triangle jump to jump on the boulder to basically jump on the back and
that boulder,
attack with my
yeah.
rapier.
Okay, yeah. You sort of
She's-
kick up the
She's
boulder.
prone. It's kind of like
You have
bounce off the-
advantage, yeah, because she's prone too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
15 hits, roll damage.
And
Oh. This is the best day ever.
and just because I can, just stab them with the dagger.
Yeah,
which
you stab in with the rapier,
Oh,
dealing
hey.
10 points of damage, whip that dagger out, slice over.
kind of bounce off and come down.
This flurry of blades from one side, which makes it Kidvalar's turn.
All right, I am going to, for my bonus action, because, bonus action, I am going to cast Magic Weapon on my scimitar. And then we'll try this again, Green Flame Blade.
Alright, melee attack.
Yep. So 22.
22 hits.
So 6 slashing and 6 fire.
So yeah, you enchant the weapon, it starts glowing blue, you flick your wrist, and a green flame spirals up from the hilt, and you slice in, leaving a burning trail of sort of scar tissue behind as you slice into the side of this giant. Miracle, you are grappled and prone.
I'll use my action to try and break the grapple.
Alright. You mean athletics or acrobatics?
Okay. And interact to have the good berry I cast earlier openly available in case Quinlan grabs some out of that. It doesn't matter, so let's make it an athletics. 7.
Nope. You cannot move. You are crushed under giant fat.
Yep. Well, then just there's a available good berry supply.
Alright. Firen.
What does it take to get out from under this thing?
Athletics or acrobatics?
Is it action?
Yep. If you want to just attack instead, you attack with disadvantage.
Okay. I'm gonna try and get out. 17.
You manage to get like a grip on the fat and push yourself out, away and out. You manage to get up from underneath the giant. So, Firebolt, you see Firen clawing his way out from underneath the roll of flab.
He's still laughing. It's just
You hear laughter. Alright, that makes it Moog's turn. Moog stands up, which clears Miracle of the grapple. And jumps into the air again.
God damn it.
I'm not there to impose disadvantage this time.
With a natural 20,
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Fuck me.
Ow.
she hits the ground and deals 52 points of damage to Kinvalar and Miracle.
Let me check my maximum hit points. real
What's
quick.
maximum hit points?
61, I'm fine.
Okay.
What are yours?
What?
You're a bard.
I am not a bard. I am a blade singing wizard.
You're not dead.
I'm not dead.
Same
No,
hit
I'm
die.
down to
Actually,
0 hit
worse
points.
hit die.
Somehow again.
I mean, not somehow. A giant fell on you.
You know, we never did have a conversation about the whole everyone going unconscious all the time thing.
So, Fyron, you get a different angle from it this time as you see the giant go into the air and wham on top of Kinvalar and Miracle.
I'm just marveling at how something that big gets that much air.
It is impressive. And that makes it.
Like a sumo wrestler doing ballet. You know, it's just-
Makes it Farbolt's turn. This is how the party dies. Choking to death on fat and sweat.
I'm just going. It's like that looks horribly painful, but it's at the same time
Important question about
incredibly
Adventures
hilarious.
League convention. If your character dies, do you come back level 1? I genuinely don't know.
I don't.
No.
No, you don't. There's no rules for.
Because if you're at the level 9 part of the adventure and the party wipes,
Fortunately, there's a town nearby, which means you can buy resurrection services.
Or just new adventurers are in that town.
That too.
I like the implication that you're not going to spend the money to revive me.
resurrection ain't fucking cheap.
It's
fucking
not.
Actually, it's
expensive,
expensive.
That is an expensive spell, and yes, we've gotten a little bit of money, but we are not rich.
How much money do we have? Because I have 50 gold pieces written on
That
my
sounds
sheet.
like the noble saying I should be revived priority 1.
I have 26 gold.
Yeah, no, we don't have the
Yeah,
money.
we don't have nearly enough to resurrect someone.
I mean, I don't have enough money to pay for the material component of resurrection, let alone service cost.
I mean,
Anyway,
it is totally fine if Kinvalar dies. In comes my drow druid who hates everything and everyone. It'll be amazing.
I mean, if Fyron dies, either a barbarian or a bard are coming in, and it's going to be.
You're not at 0 hit points. You don't get to
Or
talk
a
about.
barbarian. Anyways,
I've got an idea for a fighter. But anyway,
Farbolt.
this is. I'm going to take a swipe with the rapier first, since.
Critical hit hits.
Go ahead.
You had advantage, so you get sneak attack.
Get sneak.
Yeah, you have
yeah.
advantage, so you do get sneak attack.
You get critical sneak attack.
Attack.
So 14 damage on the rapier, and 17
another
damage on the sneak
17.
attack.
And if I need to, I'm going to use disengage. But basically, I'm going to step back over here.
Yeah, bonus action
And-
disengage.
Basically,
Get out of flop range.
get out of flap range, and also just kind of yell at her, just random insults, like to hopefully draw them away.
What languages do you speak?
I'd probably be swearing in Dwarvish.
All right.
It's the most colorful language
Make-
to swear in compared
make-
to Elvish and Common.
Make an intimidation check.
I mean, I feel like most giants know Dwarvish because dwarves are kind of the natural enemy of giant. Or they might not know the language, but they recognize it when it's being sworn at
You
them.
didn't have advantage, but you did get a 5, so we'll
But
see.
well, it would be out of Elvish and Common and Dwarvish. Dwarvish seems the
Kevlar.
most appropriate to swear
Make a
in.
death saving throw.
Yes, I will do that, and I will certainly not roll a 1.
Roll a natural 20.
Called shot. Natural 1. That's
my God.
2 failed
Nailed
death
it.
saves.
That's fantastic!
You know you cursed yourself, right?
No, fuck it! That was amazing! Only I can call a 1 on a death save.
Call
Fine,
a natural
Roll a
1.
natural 1.
I think that's the first natural 1 Final Show Films has gotten on a death save.
This is perfect because this is the Adventures League where we are all cursed, and my curse compounding on top of it to make the first natural 1 death save.
For all of Final Show Films. That is worth applause, sir.
Oh my god. I would like to apologize quite sincerely.
Oh no, this is amazing! He lived as he died, buried in giant fat.
I don't want to know how you lived if that's the
Oh,
Okay.
I mean,
kind of rooting for my character to die at
Let's-
this point,
let's-
just because
let's-
it'll be a.
he'll be at peace at that point. Like the existential crisis Quinvalar are going through on a day-to-day basis right now.
Oh my god.
I mean,
Okay.
look at it this way. Look at
Someone's turn.
Look at it this way. If you hadn't picked this fight, if you hadn't accidentally instigated this fight, we would have never found out what squash does.
Is it my turn? Do I need to make
It is
a
your
death
turn.
save?
Make a death save. Don't roll a 1. A 10 is a
10.
save. A 10 is a save.
Okay.
So you have 1 success. Byron.
So, as much as I really want to hold my action for lay on hands, I don't actually know how injured my allies are underneath that.
Oh,
giant,
you
do
know,
I?
because we're underneath.
Yeah.
You know how much that hurts. They got hit a
I
second
do
time.
know how much it hurts, though.
You do know how much it hurts.
To us.
You do know how much it hurts.
I'm gonna move over to where I last saw Kinvalar and hold my action for lay on hands.
You can try to reach up underneath.
Can I reach him?
Yeah, you can reach up underneath.
Like, oh, this smells disgusting, but lay on hands, Kinvalar.
All right. Quinvalar, you are healed.
Okay, how
25
much?
hit points?
How much?
25.
Oh, okay.
Was that all of your lay on hands?
That's all of my lay on hands.
Okay, good to know.
We are officially out of healing at this point. Good berries don't count.
You're not out of healing. I still have 4 castings of Cure Wounds. Actually, I have 6
Yeah, I was
castings if
gonna
use my
say I
spell
can
levels.
cast Cure Wounds, and Goodberry heals more than Cure Wounds does.
Oh, you actually took cure wounds for once.
Yeah, no, we swapped it out after you died 20 times or so. It was an existential moment where he realized that practicality was occasionally useful. Now he's dying.
All right. That's Mook's turn now.
We're about to get flossed again, aren't we?
Yes! Yes, we are!
Mook stands up,
God damn it!
and the 3 of you are in flop range.
I didn't have a chance to move!
Hang on. Let's see if she falls. No, it's an attack roll.
I impose disadvantage.
And she rolled a natural 20 on her wisdom save to avoid the intimidation.
I tried.
That's fine. It's fine.
He has disadvantage.
I am so rooting for this to happen right now. You have no idea, guys.
An 11 misses all of you, I think.
I shield
Except
bash
for
that
the fact
giant
that she
off
may
of him.
have advantage on me because I am prone.
But she has disadvantage on Kinvalar, and Kinvalar is the primary target of the attack because he's the middle of it. So,
And Byron just
so
Actually, Kinvalar is also prone.
swings his shield and
the-
I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I I mean, the first roll was an 11 either way.
Okay.
So Fyron, she goes to jump, and Fyron just nope, and leaps off the ground and just shoulder tackles the giant off to one side.
My eyes opened to.
You just see Kinvalar leaping over and just bull rushing this giant, or Fyron leaping over and bull rushing this giant to one side.
It's the Wonder Woman tower scene.
Yeah. Bam! As Fyron protects the party.
Oh,
Back to this. All he sees is hill giant coming down, then all of a sudden clear sky.
This is the best fight. Marbles.
Okay, this has become funny again.
Was it ever
when
not?
did it ever stop being funny?
It was like, oh, this is hilarious. Oh, that really looked painful. Okay, it's funny again. So, yeah. And I am taking a stab at this thing with my rapier.
If you move slightly to the right, you will have advantage for flanking.
Well, she's prone, so I get advantage anyway.
No. The
Breathe, William. Breathe.
the attack wasn't successful, so she doesn't stay down. So
Okay, so I'll
stand there.
It's not good for my health.
I don't think it's good for
12.
the Giants' health either.
12
this is
misses.
not a good way to deal with an abusive situation.
And then again, I will disengage and take a few steps back again.
I mean, you have advantage on the dagger stab if you want to dagger stab and get that sneak attack in.
No, I'm going to disengage and step back.
Okay. Farbolt taking the wise decision.
What does this giant say? See?
Farbolt, the only one with survival instincts.
I haven't had the opportunity.
Kinvalar,
I am the one who messed up all of this.
you are awake,
Yes, I am.
covered in sweat. That's not yours.
So,
So are you gonna keep complaining about me getting in the way to impose disadvantage?
yes. So, get up. And I am firing off a chromatic orb at level 3.
So disadvantage because you're in melee.
Oh no, that's true. Fuck, I will back. Oh shit, I lost my blade song. Okay, bonus action for my blade song because I'm gonna need that fucking 18 armor class, and then I'm backing away.
All right. She tries to kick you in the face as you back away.
Uh huh.
Does a 27 hit you?
Yes.
You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as she just kicks you in the face.
That's fine. I'm still good. And now cast chromatic.
Are you backing any further away?
Yeah, actually, yes. Wait, can I half up? I was there.
You moved 10.
I can move to there. And not advantage.
21 hits, yeah.
21 hits, yeah.
Roll damage.
And at level 3, and this is, by the way, Kindlers. Let's just do fire.
All right.
18 fire damage.
So yeah, you just this 4-inch diameter sphere of fire just erupts from a diamond Kinvalar is holding up, and it just explodes across the giant, who is still standing.
Do I need to make a death save?
Miracle, make a death save.
Okay.
Don't roll a 1. 19 is a success. Byron.
I take 5 feet of movement over to Miracle.
Shit! God damn it!
I cast
I'm on the
Cure
other side
Wounds
of you
at
guys.
second level. Have 8 points of healing.
Miracle, you
That's a
are awake
second
with
level
8 hit
spell that I
points.
just used to heal you for 8 hit points.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, you rolled a 1.
I know. Secondary casters get shit on cure wounds.
And then I'm gonna take 20 points of movement to go over here.
Okay.
Fair
I
And
mean,
enough.
that's fine.
I believe
We're
this
still in
qualifies.
range of each other.
I believe this qualifies as flanking.
Yes, it does.
I already used my
use your action
attack
to heal.
again.
Use your action to heal, yeah.
Whatever. That's my turn.
Its turn.
God damn it.
Her turn, you mean?
Yeah, her turn, yes. Movement speed of 40 feet. Yep.
Oh no.
You're gonna spot us and run.
Firing, you get an attack of opportunity. As it leaps into the air.
Gee.
You do have advantage. 19 hits.
15. 9 slashing damage.
You deal 9 slashing damage. Do you want to... You
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna use Divine Smite.
Do you want to use your bonus action that you haven't used yet to smite it?
Can
it's
you
not a
do
bonus
that
action,
on
actually.
a reaction?
It's actually whenever I hit, I can
Oh.
expend spell slots.
Yeah. Oh, it's not even a bonus action. It's just whenever you hit.
Let me see. I believe there's like a heightened level casting of it. Yeah. Divine Smite Paladin ability, using my other second level spell slot for this. 11 more radiant damage. It's not undead fiend or whatever, so just 11.
So as the giant goes to leap, you run up and stab it in the side, and an explosion of radiant light erupts from your blade as you pull the blade back out, and the giant topples over dead. And we're going to take a break right there. And we're back. So the you have all just finished dealing with the flopping giant. So Moog falls over, dead, slumping against the boulder that blocks the entrance to the tower, and as she does so, the boulder slowly rolls away, revealing the entrance to you all, if you so desire to explore.
Ow.
Goodberry, anyone?
Yes, I sure.
How many are you
Use
taking?
Just one.
Okay. I'll take 2 myself.
I will eat a good berry.
Well, that was something.
Farwell's like wiping tears from his eyes at this point.
This really wasn't the appropriate way to handle a grieving widow or divorcee.
So many ways to describe this.
I-
and none
I-
of them have been
I
accurate
think
so
that
far.
I think it was much more appropriate way to handle someone trying to kill us.
You know, I want to remind you that this person has been socialized in an environment where they were told that was acceptable. And you know what? Hey, you're not doing much to help that systemic inequality.
All right,
Miracle seems to forget where in the textbook chapter he was. Flip back a few pages.
if
So,
you really want it, next time that happens, I'll just let the giant eat you.
No, everything is fine now.
You can certainly try
worked out
talking to the
well.
next giant we encounter. We'll let you try again with the next hill giant.
He gets up and wipes his face and his everything.
There are little poofs of thaumaturgy smoke that are just doing the rage columns thing on Miracle's head.
Miracle's got the anime face of like lips puffed, like tucked and like cheeks puffed with the puffs of steam
Little
coming
bit
off the
of
face.
puffs of smoke, yeah.
Go over to Kinvalar and use prestidigitation to get rid of the flop sweat.
Thank you.
And just going,
Wonderful.
that looks disgusting.
Yes.
I'd appreciate some of that myself, please.
Yeah. I'll help fire into and look over at Miracle. Would you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are some tastes you will just never you will never remove.
Yeah, and as you sort of like do that, you can still taste it though. Gag a little.
And with each gag, Farbolt is fighting back tears.
All right. Well, now that is resolved in a
It's resolved. It's
unfortunate but ultimately shall we go investigate a little bit?
Sure. Just remember, don't feed your kitty to the birdies.
I mean, that was certainly not a plan to do.
So you guys are going into the tower?
Yep.
Sure.
I'm checking. Well,
So you step into the tower.
Yes.
And you find that it definitely looks like it was at some point an abandoned watchtower. You step in, and there's there's a bunch of rubble on the ground floor where it looks like, well, you look up and you see a huge hole in the side of it that you saw from outside. Definitely looks like it fell in here. There's a spiral staircase leading up to a second floor that just has a massive hole in the floor. And the roof is gone, but you do see now that the giant is gone, the hawks have sort of gone back to their nest. which is at the roof, not on the second floor. Yeah, this is mostly broken rubble. Are you like searching through the rubble and seeing if there's anything there?
Yeah, I'm going to investigate.
Take a look around.
Sure.
So after a few moments, you very quickly find what looks like a cracked floor stone. And you sort of like move it away, and you find a hidden compartment underneath it, which has a chest.
I am checking it for traps.
Make a perception check.
8! Oh, this is fine.
Seems fine to you.
Open it up.
You open it up, and inside there is a bag that you sort of look in, and you open it up, and it has a bunch of silver coins in it. There is also sort of like a leathery-looking cloak that looks like it was made perhaps from a large manta ray.
I'm not arcana that shit.
And there is a messenger, like a large messenger style bag that has sort of the icon of a smiling face sewn into it.
I'm arcana both those things.
Right. Make arcana checks for me.
So for the cloak, 20, and for the other thing, a 15.
They are both very easily identified. The bag is a bag of holding. And
Yay!
the cloak is a cloak of the manta ray.
Sweet.
You can go swimming.
Anyone want the manta ray cloak? Can help you. It will allow you to. I'm assuming I know everything that they do.
Yeah. So specifically, the cloak of the
You
manta
can
ray.
breathe underwater. You can swim quicker.
While wearing this cloak with its hood up, you can breathe underwater, and you have a swimming speed of 60 feet. Pulling the hood up or down requires an action.
I mean,
And we have.
I like nature shit.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I'll take the bag.
It does not require attunement. Right, and you have a bag.
Sweet.
And then there's a bag, and you can quickly count to it. There's 300 silver in the bag.
Okay.
Do you mention that you have a bag of holding?
Yes.
Do you mind taking, like, a few heavy things, manacles, mostly?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I
I'll
put
give you
the
two
I put
pairs
the
of manacles.
description. I put the full description for the cloak in the
Thanks.
chat for you.
2 pairs of manacles, and no, I don't have a hunting trap. So basically that.
Yeah, and as you guys look around, that's pretty much all you can. That's pretty much all there is in this, other than the birds, if you want to disturb them.
I put my explorer's pack in
I'm
the
strongly
bag.
against disturbing the birds.
Any remains in here at all?
No. It seems like this was a genuinely abandoned tower.
Get you.
My spell book in. You said two manacle.
Yeah, 2. I purchased 2 manacles, and they're just
Okay.
really heavy, and my strength is shit.
Yes.
so
No. For real.
thank you.
Yay! Not that we really use encumbrance, but I'm no longer encumbered.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
those
I put on-
explorer's packs are fucking heavy.
I put almost all my stuff in the bag too, in the bag that we found earlier. So, because Farbolt's a bit wimpy.
And Miracle will actually go through his stuff. Remember, he has like poisonous mushrooms and other shit. Probably drop his letter.
What
a few
all have we
times.
found?
Bag of holding, cloak of the manta ray, and 300 silver, which is 75 apiece.
And that's everything that we found in here.
Yes.
There's everything in the chest.
Did we take the
is
bag
a-
of holding from the
There is a
Yes.
there is
Yeah, I've got that one.
You've got it. Yeah.
I've got the one that we took from the cultists.
2 bags of holding.
Didn't realize we had one when I was carrying around the manacles with me.
Yes, we did.
And there is an inscription on the chest
Ooh, can I read it?
in common.
I read.
Okay.
Oh,
I can read.
It just says Keltar Dar Dragon.
History?
Taking it,
something?
yeah. History?
Arcana? I don't
You
know.
can make a history check.
12.
No idea.
History. 22.
No idea.
Natural 20.
No idea.
Okay, this is just the
22.
name of somebody.
It's just some random guard.
It is not anybody who made a mark on history enough to be remembered.
Of course, that is what I roll the natural 20 on.
You know? The high rolls are
Because
always
this
when it
game
doesn't
is
mean a damn
cursed.
thing.
Yep.
We have survived by sheer I don't even know how, actually.
We have survived by the graces of Goodberry, and don't you forget it.
Largely, yes. Yeah.
That's actually fair, yeah. Yeah, you have cleared out this tower. Did you ever relay that the specifics of what the hill giant was saying?
I mean, as we're going through,
In his
there will
own
be a
biased
long
way.
lecture, and most of the details will be conveyed.
So you
Colored
Your-
very much by Miracle's interpretation of the situation. It's rather unhealthy, potentially even abusive, and you know.
So the rest of you do learn that the hill giant wanted you all to kill Chief Guh, which is a name you do recognize from Zephyros. And that they were going to show you the way to their den. But then didn't because Miracle was trying to
Miracle said,
therapy.
I don't think that's a healthy way to deal with your emotions.
And the giant disagreed.
As giants tend to do. They are very disagreeable. I mean,
You're the ones who were like, well, if we go to the town and tell them they have a giant neighbor, they're just going to want to murder the giant.
Yes, they were.
Yes.
And we should just murder the giant because the town will like that.
Hey, look what happened.
Well, we murdered the giant because the giant tried hit you with the giant rock. And then fell
Maybe
on
you
you
guys should be more sensitive to other people's grief.
No, next time we will allow the giant to work their frustrations and anger out on you with a giant rock. If that would make you feel better.
it all worked
There's-
out. Everything is just fine. Let's.
You still taste
That was
the
a
flop
3
sweat.
on my impulse control check. The
You,
entire space goes dark.
Up.
Kinvalar suddenly gets flashbacks to underneath the giant.
I leave
It
the
is
Why am I
not
so
physical,
confused?
it
I
is
don't even
just
understand.
It is a racial ability.
Yes.
I leave the sphere of darkness.
Kyron goes, vroom. Kinvalar curls up and starts freaking out.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
actually, here's important question. Were any of you standing in reach distance when this happened? Actually, that doesn't matter. It's a 60-foot range.
Yeah.
Fire,
It's a 15
Fine,
foot
Red.
radius sphere.
you try and leave the sphere of darkness. The sphere of darkness comes with you.
It's on a point, not on a person you choose.
Yeah, from
The
the
second
magical darkness.
sentence
Oh, at the point you choose.
that same
Oh,
paragraph
okay.
is that it could also be an object you choose.
Oh,
So she can cast it on something.
Oh, that isn't being worn or carried. Never mind.
that
Yeah.
isn't. Yes, what to say. It can't be something that I'm carrying.
Has to be. You
Never
can cast it on an object, but it can't be carried around.
Except for how the spell then talks about it as though it can. Never mind. I cast darkness, you leave the darkness.
Yeah. Firen steps out. Kinvalar curls up.
He doesn't actually. I was just joking.
Miracle pouts.
Farwell goes
So-
groping around the darkness, trying to find the way out.
Make me
So-
a survival check.
What exactly are we doing
Right now,
from
standing.
here? I'm a bit confused.
You hear a thud as Farbolt slams into a wall.
Is everyone all right?
Like with me, I was like in the
Clearly,
doorway
no,
the
there's
entire
someone
time,
you
so it was just turn
Murdered
around and walk.
outside.
Fine, just fine to start. Now they're walked into the walls.
I mean, it was self-defense.
Yeah, you found a wall, so you can easily find your way
was.
out now.
He wasn't.
Miracle, I will point out that I swore
The
an oath
fact you
to
were
protect-
going to do it anyway makes that a little bit dubious.
I was not going to do it anyways.
No one said.
Miracle,
No one actually said that they were going to do it anyway.
Miracle, I will point out that I have sworn an oath to protect the innocent, and at the point in which the hill giant was attempting to smash you with the boulder, it was no longer an innocent.
Not all people recovering from trauma are innocents.
That is not the point of my oath.
Well, your oath is overly narrow and doesn't and is super adventurery.
Actually,
This-
my oath is rather
This
broad.
is my problem with magic people and society people. This is why I went to live in the woods. Because
My oath covers actually quite a few topics. Would you like to hear of them?
Careful, he'll espouse this at length.
Miracle is out of tieflingness right now, so there's just an angrily swiping back and forth tail.
As a tenant of honesty, I shall never lie or cheat. My word is my word is my oath.
As soon as Farbolt finds his way out of the darkness, he's heading back to the cart.
There is a tenet of courage. I shall never fear to act, though my caution shall be
So you
caution
walk-
shall be seen wise.
You walk past Firen, who is reciting his oath.
Oh my god.
There is a tenet of compassion. I shall aid others, protect the weak, and punish those who threaten them. I shall show mercy to my foes, but temper it with wisdom.
Is the darkness still up?
Like I'm just talking in the darkness right now, because
Yeah.
I mean,
Talking at the darkness.
Fire's railing at the dark.
there is a tenet of
probably gone by now.
Darkness goes away.
Would you like me to continue? There's at least two more tenets to this oath.
My point being not what your oath is, but the ways, the social ways that it is conventional to approach following those things without addressing the systemic issues that necessitate them. I think I got that right.
Well, the next part of that oath is actually the oath of honor. I shall treat others with fairness, and let my honorable deeds be an example. I shall do as much good as I can while causing the least amount of harm. And unfortunately, that giant was going to cause much more harm to other people very shortly.
I still think there was another solution.
There may very well have been, but I unfortunately don't speak giant in order to pursue it.
And here's a moral quandary. Is it more reasonable as someone who's supposed to approach honorable, fair dealings to who spend your time learning to swing that sword or other applicable weapon around? Or is it more reasonable to spend that time learning more languages so you can effectively communicate with others who you encounter on your travels?
I have learned the main trade languages of the land, including the Dwarvish tongue and the Orcish tongue, to communicate with friend and foe on most situations. The art of the sword is for the protection of others when language fails.
This is the part where college student Miracle goes up against college professor Fyron.
Yeah. As for Farble's in the cart, he's just like putting his
college
feet up.
student is an overstatement.
Undergraduate Miracle.
He was kind of kicked out.
Freshman Psych 101.
Freshman Psych 101.
I mean, that's not how fantasy college works, but
The equivalent.
And in case you are wondering, the last tenet is that of duty. I shall be responsible for my actions and their consequences and protect those entrusted to my care, which is a lot of you, and obey those who have just authority over myself. So your protection is part of my oath.
Kinvalar, what are you doing?
He listens to this whole thing for a little bit, hoping that they're going to resolve this. He doesn't really have anything to add to the conversation because he's not exactly sure which side he takes on it. Eventually, he realizes that he hurts too much to really contribute at the moment, and is going to go to the cart and lay down in it.
Oh, somewhere.
And hope that he gets a short rest out of this.
Somewhere in the latter portion of the conversation, Kinvalar like limps past the two of you.
Yeah.
And something
It's like every now and then there's
When he
With
starts
the
walking past
finally-
that,
Charisma-
when he starts
with the
walking
natural
past
20 on my charisma save, Miracle clearly has ideas and frustrations and things that he sees, but he's not able to articulate them in a consistent way. Is how I'll cut that conversation short.
Kinvar's lying in the cart. Farbolt's
when
using
Kinvar
silent image to go, this is what it looked like.
When Kinvalar starts walking past, I put my hand on him and cast Cure Wounds.
I'll do the same.
he's going save the spell. Let's rest.
But we're going to rest anyway. I feel like I'll be regaining my powers in a bit anyway.
Not your spells
Farbol's
unless we're
using
sleeping in
silent
the
image
cart.
to create an image of, small Kinvar, image of a giant. This is what it looks like. Squash, replay. Squash, replay.
On his back. Yes, I'm
He's
sure it was
laughing
very exciting and amusing.
So, you all finish investigating the tower, having philosophical conversations, and tormenting your party members with the image of their crush. And you can go anyway. There is a town if you guys want to pull in and rest. It is like a couple miles up the road.
Yeah, let's go easy on the road so we can get the equivalent of a short rest while we wait for a long rest in town.
Yeah, the way that this has been working so far, we're gonna go into town and it's going to be in the middle of being sacked by giants. So,
Or, knowing Final Show Film standard luck, we're going to be attacked by all of the owl bears in the land.
Fortunately, there is not enough space between the tower and the thing for a random encounter roll. This was your random encounter. So
Before to bed.
you all make it to the town pretty quickly.
It's like West of Loathing. No matter how far across the map you're going, you only get one random encounter between point A and point B.
You made it to Yarder. And Yarder is a small town at the cross of these two rivers. Like it's a stopping post. It's a trading post. There's a Lion Shield coster there if you guys need to refill any of your basic adventurer's gear. They have anything that's under 50 gold under 50 gold weapons, armor, and adventurer's gear. They have available if you want to buy anything or restock. and there is an inn that you can rest at. It will cost you money. Find the pricing real quick. It will cost you 8 silver. 8 silver apiece for stay at the inn at Yarder. And food for the food for it's going to be 5 silver each. So 8 for the room, 5 for food.
That's 13 silver, which is 1 gold and 3 silver.
I'll
we
pay in
just got
silver
75
because that
silver
means I
each,
carry
so-
around less encumbering silver.
And you guys find yourselves you are able to sit down at a lovely inn. The inn is the river's crossing. It's actually situated on the there are bridges on either river coming into the town, and then right at like the corner where the 2 rivers meet is where the inn is. It's nice and comfortable. It's very not extravagant, but they make do, and it's not the worst inn you guys have ever been in. It's certainly better than than most of the inns you've been in. Yeah. Is there anything you guys want to do in town while you're here at Yarder?
Rest.
We might want to at least report that there was a hill giant up there.
Yep.
Miracle
Hill
is sort of
tower.
scribbling pretty furiously, trying to get his feelings about what just happened into a reasonable order
Slam
in
poetry.
his book.
And this will be
No, academic essay writing.
Very
Rage
different from slam
essay.
poetry.
rage.
Byron
essay.
is going to report the situation to the town guards and how we have dealt with it.
I would go with Siren and do like, and this is what it looked like. Squash. Look, squash.
It definitely, the image of the giant jumping and slamming down on people definitely elicits chuckles from the guards. But they thank you.
You
for
had to tell him that part.
They
Absolutely.
thank you for your work and hope that you recover well in your rest.
But yeah, keep in mind that there is some unrest within the giant community. There may be others wandering about that will eventually wander through.
Well, they let you know that they will keep an eye out. Pops up.
Wonderful.
Back to the tavern to rest.
Yes.
So I'll go back to the tavern and rest. You get a long rest. And let me know if there's anything you guys want to or need to buy while you're here.
I don't believe there's anything I need at the moment.
Who's taking the cloak of the manta ray?
I
thought
have
that
it.
Miracle was.
Yeah.
Miracle? Okay. And who has the second bag of holding?
Kinvalar.
Invalar? Okay.
And if anybody wants to talk around town, to get sort of the general feel of the place, you can make investigation roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just
I'm bad at that, but I would.
talk to people about it. And just
I'm
see what's
actually fairly
going
good at that.
4.
Except for when I
Four.
roll a 6, so I got a total of 12.
on. 10.
I rolled the best out of all us.
So with 12,
Mm-hmm.
you learn a little bit. So you while just sort of talking with folks in the tavern, getting sort of the feel of the area, you feel like while yes, hill giants are sort of always a concern, the Desaran hills to the south are full of hill giants. They're also full of orcs and ogres and barbarians.
Really?
Yeah, it's like sort of the Saurian Hills is sort of a fertile haven for monstrous races. Scattered throughout it, you also hear tales about various dwarven ruins and lost mines and things that are littered through that make the area an enticing place for adventurers typically. Also, to the north, they actually do warn you away. It's like, well, if if you are going to be on the road, be careful not to stray too far north of the road as you're heading out. Especially if you're going up towards Morburn Shield. Don't northeast of here, in the hills of Flint Rock, is a Uthgardt barbarian tribe like homeland area, and they don't take kindly to people invading their territory. So they do. You do sort of learn a little bit about what Flint Rock is, and that it's a place probably, at least for now, best avoided.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think any of us have ties with Uthgardt barbarians, so.
It's
Not so much.
yeah, it is. You do learn. You do learn that it is the spirit mound of the Elk tribe, is what people refer to it as.
Marked on the map.
All right. And you all take a long rest. You recover your supplies. Set out. Do any of you need to buy rations?
I already bought some.
Good. Very. It's actually one word. I don't know why I made it like two
It's
words
two
in
syllables.
the.
One word,
Is
two
why.
syllables. Technically, two words in a portmanteau. One word, because it's a good berry.
Well, it's actually a compound word, not
Yeah,
a portmanteau.
compound word. I don't know why I said portmanteau. Because portmanteau is a fun word to say, probably.
But I will, at the very least, get some water for the road, because good berries might be good for food, but they're not exactly water.
That's fair. Yeah, you can fill up some water easily at the river. The river's clean. At least
One of these
at the
days,
river.
I will learn the create food and water spell, unless paladins don't get that. That might just be a cleric thing.
I have no
Actually,
idea.
think about it. Get a small cask and just fill it with potable drinking water and stuff it in the bag.
You can buy a cask if you want.
Unless I want to keep it in the bag of holding.
Also, do you guys want to sell your furs while you're here?
Yes.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we've got those, don't we?
I've got 5 bundles of.
So go ahead and make me whoever wants to try to sell the furs, make me a persuasion roll.
I will attempt to find a good merchant price.
See, you can do it better.
Well, if
your persuasion is probably better than mine.
If you're both trying, one of you can have advantage.
I'll let Fyron make the roll, but yes, I will help.
Alright, so advantage. 21! It actually improved it!
Yeah, no, you can get 50 gold per bundle. So
And we got 5
We
bundles.
have 5 bundles.
Yep.
So 250 gold split amongst us.
now
Yes,
you have
which
enough.
is-
Now you have enough money to buy a resurrection.
No, how much?
That's,
Resurrections are
that's
cheap
60.
in your Forgotten Realms.
Aren't the materials 100?
I thought they were-
Materials for standard resurrection, I believe, are 300 for Revivify and up from there.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Revivify is 300 gold per
Plus
of
whatever
Never
the
mind.
service fee for
I was gonna say,
in
yeah.
the
And
equivalent
cleric-
setting is.
I thought revive was. I
Which-
thought it was 100, like a diamond worth 100 gold.
No, you're thinking
300.
Greater Restoration.
Yeah.
Which I believe
And clerics don't
changes
work at
depending on the setting and
No, clerics don't worry.
shit. I don't know.
Yeah, Raise Dead has a material component of a diamond worth 500 gold.
Oh, okay. I had my diamond components wrong.
62 gold apiece and 5 silver.
62.
Yes.
And if you
Or 62 gold apiece and 1 electrum.
Would you like to have the Electrum, Farbolt?
Oh, sure.
Farbolt gets an
Electrum
Electrum piece.
is the best.
And if you
I
want to
don't
get
care what anybody says. I would have characters walk around with nothing but Electrum.
Electrum. Just one Electrum piece.
if you want
Like
to
walking
get
around with 50 cents.
if you want to get a barrel that holds 40 gallons of liquid, get that.
Can a barrel fit in the bag
Yeah,
opening?
barrel can fit
Okay.
in the bag opening. It's wide enough.
You might need 2 hands to open it and,
You would
and a
need-
third person to lower the barrel
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, you would need assistance to get it in, but you can get it in.
Okay.
Barrel is, or you can buy like a wine cask, and once you empty it, repurpose it.
Well,
Wine casks are more portable.
that's what I was more thinking of, getting something like a wine cask and filling it with water.
You have to empty it of wine first.
That is
Can't just
boring.
buy
That's
it.
Just to
That's
get
not going to
wine.
be a problem, but yeah, sure. So we'll have a cask of wine for a while.
And once it's empty, it'll be a cask of water.
Yeah.
So
Then we'll
a cask of wine is going to run you 15 gold.
Okay.
Yep, create food and water is a paladin spell, so I will be taking
you
that
like
when I
a-
get 3rd level spells.
Would you like a hunk of cheese with it? I mean, it seems appropriate.
No, that'd be okay.
Okay, so Farbolt, while you guys are resting at the end, Farbolt comes back to the table with a cask of wine under his arm.
And just gotta for later.
Are we planning to have a party on the trip?
You never know. You find your fun wherever you can.
I don't understand.
No.
Do you think that we need an excuse to have wine?
No,
I mean,
I put in
no,
the bag
not
and,
necessarily.
I
but-
still have and pull out one of the bottles I took from Zephyros. We still have some of these. These are actually really good.
So you reach in to pull out the bottle,
Or are they
and
gone?
nothing comes out.
Ah. Well, never mind then. We've got a cask of wine.
I was
Farbolt
waiting
says
for you to
this
reference back to those, because it's like,
quick.
they
Well,
vanished when you left the
crap.
tower.
and that's a
I mean, they were in an
crap.
extra dimensional space, though.
They're magical. They're magically conjured. They disappear after an amount of time.
That's what I kind
Okay.
of figured. I was hoping they wouldn't be, but I kind of figured.
They weren't. It wasn't real food.
It was create food and water food. Or
Yeah.
Heroes Feast food, one or the other. Yeah.
Stuff
yeah.
the cask into the bag and grumbling rule.
Yep. So yeah, you guys eventually set off. The next port of stop that you guys are going to hit is Calling Horns, which is up further along the Evermore Way, and that's where you're heading to. It's going to take you about 3.5-4 days to get from Tribord to Yarder. This is the longer stretch of the 2 weeks between Tribor and Nonar. So this one is going to take you about 7 days.
7 days.
7 days. So I'm gonna need somebody to roll me a D100.
I will.
Go for it.
1, 1, 1, 1.
2.
Too
I was close.
Did you really roll a 2?
Yes.
I genuinely rolled a D100. I got the number right. I checked. It's not a dyslexia thing. I didn't roll
No,
a 0,
no.
1.
That's legit. That was a natural 2 on a D100.
Right. So
So
We die by Black
Ancient-
Dragon.
I was gonna say ancient black
Actually,
dragon,
I
right?
want to make a point. Jeremy was chanting it,
No.
so I can blame you in this particular case.
I
Hey,
will.
I said 1.
I will let you
rolled
know.
a 2.
I will let you know. The worst things are not at the extremes. The worst things are in the middle.
Interesting.
You're joking.
No, because the thing is about it, like a single die favors much harder to the extremes than 2 dice. That's why a D12 will hit 1 and 12 a lot more often than 2d6 will.
But yeah.
True. It's not true of a D100, but that is true.
So,
But yeah, okay.
as you guys are heading down the road, you see another wagon that's sort of stopped at the side of the road with a wheel broken off, and it looks like a couple of people are trying to put the wheel back on.
Whisper, anyone have mending?
I do not, but I will
do.
approach. Hello there. Everything all right? Anything can you help? Do you need help?
Yeah, actually, could you come over and help us lift the wagon? It's a little hard to get this wheel back on.
Of course.
Happy to help.
It's off his horse. It's making his way over.
Yep.
Heading over, optimistic and cheerful as always.
How broken is this wagon looking?
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
What happened to it?
It looks like the axle, like it looks like right where the wheel connects snapped, and you can see that they've sort of repaired the axle a bit, but they have to get the wheel back on now.
This is like rocky terrain.
Yeah.
Okay.
It looks like they came over. It looks like they came over like a rough side road.
All right. Nothing setting off red lights right now.
That's a-
Make a perception check.
7. Nothing setting off red lights right now.
Nope.
Farble will make small talk while other people lift.
So how many of you are going over to the cart? So
I am.
all of you. So yeah, all of you dismount, get up. You head over to the cart. They sort of step back while you guys get in. Make me athletics checks. Those of you that are helping to lift the cart.
Farble's making small talk, like where are you coming from, where you're going, that type of
8.
thing.
So Fire and Miracle and Kivalar, you guys. This cart is very heavy. You're not sure why. Farbolt, you're just chatting away, and you suddenly realize why the cart is heavy. As 7 more people sort of pile out, weapons drawn, and surround you. By the way,
Hi! I didn't get your names
you would-
before. What are your names? Hi.
well, our names are none of your business, and if you would be so kind as to empty your bags of all the valuables you have.
Well, you see, I'm afraid
Yes,
that
Can I get this cart off of me first before I empty the bag?
Oh, of course.
Okay, and he gets off. All right, so let me look in here. I've got quite a few things that you might like, such as a Mel's Minute Meteors.
Yes.
So you cast Melf's Minute Meteors.
We're level 6, right?
Several meteors appear encircling around you,
One flies at him.
and one flies at him. Hang on, let me pull up stats
Level
real
6,
quick.
right?
Yes, you're level 6 currently.
Okay.
It's a dexterity save?
It is a dexterity save, yes, for half damage.
Alright. Well, he rolls a 9, so...
Boom.
Takes a rock to the
technically-
face.
How close are his friends to him?
Pretty close.
Any creature within 5 feet of the point has to make that dexterity save.
Well, his buddies make a much better save, so...
Okay, so they take half damage.
So he takes 10, and they take 5.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and pull you guys onto a battle map here. So we can get this done properly.
These aren't systemically oppressed people, Miracle.
Help, help, I'm
They're
being
just-
oppressed.
They're just bandits.
They're just
No,
bandits.
they're not oppressed people. Actually, what race are these people?
Human.
They're
Um,
fine.
there are definitely systemic incentives towards stealing that are led by the failure of infrastructure and magic users being shit at being useful with their magic. But
Look at the violence inherent in the system. Help, I'm being repressed.
But humans are able to get jobs.
So you were
Is that
all
not-
basically like right here in a line, trying to help lift the wagon.
Marvel notably not in the line because he wasn't helping.
Yep. Probably not in the line because he wasn't helping. And let me get some friends for you. As I pull this over to here, so we back over to 20. There. Audience. And we have for your perusal. There it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1.
Bandit Captain, hi. How you doing?
So they had sort of encircled around you guys because you came over to help the wagon.
Are we gonna be rolling initiative? I'm assuming.
Yep. First, I'm just getting these. This damage done real quick because he did hit 2 of these other guys.
Yep.
Can you draw in roughly where the wagon is?
I can indeed. In fact, I
I'm
can
assuming,
do
like-
one slightly better.
You can put a wagon in?
I can put a wagon in.
Do any of these people look particularly magey?
No.
Damn it.
Yep. So yeah, there's the wagon. There's you guys. And go ahead and let's roll some initiative, shall we?
12.
11.
4. I have consistently the best initiative.
You're the guy in the heavy armor. You're not supposed to go fast.
Natural 1.
Everyone kind of had bad initiative today.
And we
As
had
we
good
have-
ones for the giant fight.
At 12, we have Farbolt.
Maybe that means this will go inversely.
Yeah, I don't foresee any of these guys jumping and flopping down on you.
Maybe one of them heard that story that was being told in town, and it's like, that's the best plan now.
Fortunately for them, they don't have the sheer size to make that effective.
That's true.
Yes, which would mean they fall prone at our feet, which is great for us. Except for me, because I use ranged attacks.
Well, I mean, within 5 feet you have advantage. It's outside of 5 feet you have disadvantage.
So Farbolt, what you doing?
No. I
Yes.
am going to. It's like, oh boy.
You
this
don't
is
have a
just
fireball.
what we need. No, but I'm looking. I do have sleep,
Mhm.
which
used to,
is
yes.
like, huh?
Position it so it doesn't hit us.
That's what I am checking. If I put it about here, 20 feet should hit. If I put it about here, 20 feet will hit
Everybody,
this guy to the left and
Yeah.
this guy up.
Yeah.
So should
Go to sleep. 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 Go to sleep.
roll well. Sleep.
Roll minimum on the sleep. That would be hilarious. 23.
Actually, that's pretty damn good.
So 3 of the bandits fall asleep.
Is that including the ones that are wounded?
Yes, that's including the ones that are wounded.
Okay.
He goes lowest hit
I will
point.
mark them. I will mark them as sleepy. Those 3 go to sleep.
And then I am.
I mean,
And-
2 of them will probably be waking up very shortly.
But
They will just be
dis-
auto-failing their deck saves.
disengaging so I don't take an attack out, just to back up against the wagon.
All right. So that makes it Kinvalar's turn.
All right, so for my bonus action,
Rocket launcher.
I find that offensive.
okay, duly noted. For my bonus action,
Rocks fall. Kinvalar dies. Wait, no, that was the
I
previous
just
encounter.
want to say that I know you're not a Yu-Gi-Oh watcher, but that is a spot-on accent for GX as a whole.
yep, bandit cat
that is.
dude,
Right.
and those two sleeping fuckers on either side of it
What are you doing? Another
are
bonus.
taking another meteor.
So it's a bonus action to throw a meteor.
Yep.
So what are you doing with your
So
regular action?
9 damage.
9 damage. Well, 2 of them fail their dexterity save automatically and die.
Boom.
1, 2. Bandit Captain critically succeeds.
Okay.
So he takes 4.
Well, fine. And then for my main action,
Hit him with
I
a
am
chromatic orb.
going to, Yes, that's exactly what I was planning on doing. Actually,
Light this man on fire.
I'm missing with the chromatic orb.
An 11, however, misses as the Bandit Captain, pummeled by Melf's minute meteors, begins to dodge out of the way as he realizes this is a spellcaster.
I do realize how the fact that I am armored and wielding weapons may have confused you, but yes, I am a double talent.
Well, he steps into the double talent and proceeds to attack.
Yep.
I impose disadvantage.
Okay. On the first attack.
Yeah.
So a 7 misses.
Yes, it does.
He attacks again 2 more times. Does a 20 and a 24 hit you?
With a shield thrown up, the 20 does. Oh wait, no, never mind because
Yeah.
You don't have Green Flame Blade up yet.
Or Blade
I don't
Song?
have Blade Song up. Yeah,
So
because my bonus actions are taken up by.
do both of those hit you?
Yes, both of them hit me.
So you take 8 slashing and 8 slashing.
Okay.
16 slashing damage as the Bandit Captain runs in. Fyron throws a shield out, knocks the first sword aside, but then the first weapon attack aside, but then it comes back in, shing, shing, slicing twice.
All right. And I have 2 con saves to make.
Yep.
But I have advantage on those. So an 18 and a 20.
Both those are fine.
So I do have an important question.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, 6 tiny me and he can probably get, because there are still 4 tiny flame meteors orbiting around me.
Yes.
He didn't charge into them, did he?
How does the spell read?
It doesn't say anything about the possibility.
No.
Okay.
I figured they'd probably hover above your shoulders.
The way I imagine them is that they are hovering up and above and behind you, so you can accurately aim.
That makes sense.
That's the way I imagine. Like it's like a circle behind you.
Yeah, I just picture
The
kill
sorcerer
bosses
thing
for
from Dark
spheres.
Souls.
Yeah, like
Okay. He comes in, kill him, and the rest of the bandits come in with him, except for one who's still asleep. Chunk. So, Firebolt, you have two guys attacking you with advantage. Does an 18 and a 21 hit you?
Yes, to both.
So you take 5 and then 4 points of slashing damage as two of them come up on either side of you and slice. You've got 3 more attacks coming at you because you're the only one they can... No, sorry. Miracle has 1 attack from one of them, and then the other 2 can only reach you. So Miracle does a 6 misses you, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 5 and a natural 1 miss Firebolt. Let's see, do you hit somebody else?
stab your friends. Kill your family.
Yes, sir.
Kill your family. Kill your family.
With a natural 20, he does not hit his friend.
Oh.
And then 2 attacks are coming in on Firen. Does a 15 hit you, Firen?
No.
Does an 18 hit you?
Yes,
You
just
take
barely.
4 points of slashing damage as the scimitar slices in. Compared to the giant, these guys don't hit hard at all.
No, they don't.
I mean, go figure.
That makes it Firen's turn.
Also, thank you for making it easy for me to hit 4 of them next turn.
You're welcome. I didn't say bandits were smart.
What do I want to do? Well, our spellcaster does the most damage right now, so I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Kinvalar. The bonus action.
Right? Or your AC is higher by 2.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm going to take attacks on these bandits that are right next to me.
Alright.
That's a natural 1.
Roll me a d20.
And then you stab me.
6.
No, you do not stab Kinvalar. You do, however, sink the blade in. You swing wide and sink the blade into the cart behind you,
Go back.
losing your second attack.
Fine then. Fuck you, cart.
Fuck that cart.
It's all
up,
your
though.
fault, Cart.
Roll damage on the cart.
The cart takes 10 slashing damage.
You chunk that.
Jesus
you
Christ.
You sink that blade deep into the cart. Miracle. This all happened very quickly.
So, first round, so action for Goodberry. Shut up. It's worked every time so far.
No.
It has saved
that
our
is-
asses.
100% the valid thing to do.
It is.
It just seems funny. It's like, ha, stab, swing, berries.
It's kind of like, oh, swords are coming out. I should have a handful of berries. And interact to make those available to those to my allies.
Just
Okay.
don't let the enemy eat the berries.
Next to me. What?
Don't let the enemy eat the berries.
I mean, if bandits were that smart, I imagine that would require an opposed check. The interact was to basically say, if you want to grab some of the berries and hold on to them in case someone goes down,
They are here.
I am spending my bonus / interact to do that, as I generally do.
Alright.
Yeah,
That
to
makes
distribute
it
berries.
Farbolt's turn.
Okay. Stab at this guy down here who took a swing at me, so.
Which one? There are 4 that took a swing at you.
This one.
Okay. The one
Bottom right.
flanking you.
Yeah. Take a swipe with the rapier and the dagger.
Well, you
No!
critically hit with the rapier.
Really? Okay. Might not have
And you one-shot him. Just
try then
down.
the guy next to him and take a swipe at stab here and then stab out to the other side. So 14, does that hit him?
14 hits, yep. Which one were you hitting?
The one right next to him.
All right,
Yes.
you do 4 damage to him. All right, that makes it Kinvalar's turn.
So right there goes a meteor, which should hit all 4 of these guys.
Make me attack.
Yep.
What's the DC?
Sleepy guy auto fails, doesn't he?
14.
Yeah.
Sleepy guy auto fails. The regular bandits also fail. The captain succeeds, though.
Only 5 damage.
Takes 5
I did-
damage and wakes up.
My damage had to fail me at some point.
Takes 5 damage and is still up. Takes 5 damage and is still up. And the captain takes 2.
And I am going to, for my action, I'm going to attack twice with my scimitar.
Don't you have, like, burning hands or anything?
I do not have burning hands as a spell.
All right. Who are you attacking with scimitar?
The captain,
Right.
right in front of me. Don't have advantage on it.
But a 17 hits.
17 hits.
Were you green flame blaming? Green flame blaming?
I was, to be honest, I was not planning to. I was planning to make it 2 attacks.
If you can do either one. You haven't rolled damage yet, and you haven't rolled a second attack yet.
Yeah, let's do 2 attacks.
Okay. So first scimitar hits.
8 slashing
8 slashing damage.
and 16
16 also hits. Roll damage.
and 4 slashing.
So shing shing, you return the pair of slices that he put on you as everyone else
Yes,
is dealing
I
with
do.
the other bandits. Who are just sort of crowding around you. That makes it his turn. He continues to want to kill you. So first attack,
I impose disadvantage.
a 12 misses then. Second attack, a 13 misses.
13 misses, yes.
A third attack, a 19 hits.
A 19 would hit. Now I'm throwing up my shield, motherfucker.
Up the shield, and you throw up your hand to intercept the last blow, and you just turn it aside with your bare palm as the spell fires off.
And I wink.
Bandits going into attack. One of them now awake comes over here. We've got 2 attacks going into Kinvalar, 2
Okay.
attacks going at Fyron, 1 attack going at Miracle, and 2 attacks going at Farbolt. So Fyron first. Does a 22 and a 19 hit you?
Both hit, yes.
So you take 2 and then 5 slashing damage.
Pain, the agony.
Kinvalar.
Mm-hmm.
A 22 hits you, but a 12 does not.
Correct.
You take 3 slashing damage.
Okay.
Miracle. An 8 misses you.
Hold on. I have to make a roll.
Summon berries, avoid swords, buy them not coming near me.
And Farbolt, does a 17 hit you?
Yes.
You take 6 and then 7 slashing damage.
God damn it!
I'm gonna use uncanny dodge on one of those.
Motherfucker!
Is Melf's a concentration spell?
Yes. I believe so. I have it marked as a concentration spell.
Let,
That would make sense,
It would
given
make
that it's essentially a repeated use
I think
spell.
it is. I just don't remember correctly.
Yeah, it's concentration up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna use uncanny dodge on one of those.
Of course I
Should have
failed
used on one.
with advantage.
So you take You use uncanny dodge, which means you take 3 damage and 7 damage.
Yeah.
So 10 damage total. All right, that makes it Firen's turn. As you see the meteors, the remaining couple of meteors fade away.
Well,
It's fine. Fine.
That's what Fireball is for.
I don't have Fireball.
Fireball with
Those
an
minute meteors because it's a better spell.
fireball with an invoker. You know.
Like objectively better. In one Sun Elf's opinion.
Not
Well,
as flat.
I am just gonna. We're gonna finish off this captain and hopefully demoralize the people that are.
Yeah,
fighting.
hopefully we're gonna finish off the captain.
19.
A 19 hits. Roll damage.
I will expend a 2nd level divine smite with that. It's gonna be 10 slashing damage and 12 radiant damage.
So slices in, explosion of light. Captain's still standing.
Do it again. Natural 20.
Natural
2nd level
20.
divine smite again.
Hits.
So 15 slashing damage, and then 2nd level divine smite happens twice. All dice are doubled.
Smite. Yeah, the dice for the attack are doubled. The smite is not considered part of the attack. Smite's
believe
an
it is.
add-on. It's when you hit.
In the same way the sneak attack is an add-on.
Well, no, because sneak attack is a part of your initial attack. Smite is a spell you're casting with the attack. It doesn't, there's no attack roll for the smite. It just happens if you hit. So I don't think it counts as part of the critical.
Oh,
It doesn't matter anyways because you killed him with the base damage.
All right. Either way.
We'll look it up more later just to confirm, but I think smite doesn't crit. I might be wrong, but it's irrelevant at the moment. Yeah, you blow through this guy and he just is blasted down.
Guild steal.
Which makes it, unless you have any bonus actions. Do you have any bonus actions, Varen?
Not that I can use right now.
Miracle's turn.
According to Sage Advice and GM feedback, it does work that way.
Okay.
Resolve later.
Resolve it later. Miracle.
I mean, I guess I should probably attack something, and I do have a whip. $13?
Murder this
13
man.
hits, yes. Which one are you attacking?
The one in front of me that's been trying to hit me with a sword.
Right.
6 slashing.
You kill him. The one that's been trying to hit you with the sword is this one.
Right. The one that's been trying to hit me, not the one that's in front of me and ignoring me for the caster.
Yeah, you whip him across the face. It opens up a gash in his face and neck, and he just falls back over bleeding. Because whips are terrifying, yo. Farbolt.
Okay. Well, first, I'm going to attack this guy who I'd hit earlier with the rapier.
Or with the dagger.
Oh, well, I'm going to attack him with the rapier.
With the rapier.
Sorry.
There you go. 12 hits. Yes, 12 hits.
12 hit. 6 points of damage.
He's still standing.
Oh, boy. Nope. Still going to do my original plan. And whip around with the dagger. Just kind of, as I stabbing out him, whip the dagger out back at the guy who's standing in front of Miracle.
So you get sneak attack on him.
Yes.
25 hits. 4 damage on the dagger. And 13 on the sneak attack. Kills him dead.
So it's like stab out with the rapier, then from behind the back.
Just so yeah, stab one way, throw dagger the other way, or stab with dagger the other way. Sort of pirouette and hit both. All right, that makes it Kinvalar's turn.
All right. Movement, I'm going there. I am now, since I actually have bonus actions to use,
Just real quick, I need to step away. Hold on.
spending the bonus action for Blade Song. And I am going to see, I can hit him. I'm assuming I'm flanking on one of these two, even though the line technically avoids them both.
I mean, the line technically avoids them both.
It technically skims them both. It technically just brushes one and just brushes the other. I mean, come on.
Which means you don't. I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just step further south and still have it. Like could have moved one space less and still had it.
Yeah, but there was a reason of moving
And you can move between attacks, so you can like
there.
guarantee flanking on one
But yeah.
attack, move up, guarantee flanking on the next one.
Well, no, because if I move up there, then I take an opportunity attack.
Not if he's dead.
We'll see. Anyways, so yes, I am scimitar attacking that dude. Let's see how this goes.
A 21.
21 for 5 slashing.
He is still up.
And a 21
That hits.
for 9 slashing.
Doesn't matter. He's dead.
He had like 1 hit point left, didn't he?
Yep.
Yep.
It's-
And yeah, I will go ahead and jet to there.
All right. So this one takes a tag opportunity from firing as it tries to move over to flank Kinvalar.
Yeah.
Okay.
21 hits.
9 slashing damage.
Takes 9 slashing. He's still up. As Kinvalar gets a couple of scimitars. Does a 17 and an 18 hit you?
No and no, because with the Shield of Faith and the Blade Song, my armor class is actually 20 right now.
So yeah, you dodge and weave, and they both miss you, even with advantage. One's over here. Shift to get flanking on Farbolt. And Farbolt's getting 2 attacks.
After umpteen sessions, I finally got a fight that's supposed to play for Kinvalar the way that that plays for Kinvalar the way it's supposed to play.
Does a 22 and a 14 hit you, Farbolt?
The 22 does. 14 misses.
You take 4 slashing damage. And now it's Firen's turn.
So I
As we enter
just
this
kind of
conga line of death.
I just kind of press my sword into the back of this bandit, into like between this bandit's shoulder blades, and I say, "If you surrender now, you get to live."
All right. Make me a persuasion check. With advantage. Because the captain is...
21.
Okay. We'll see what happens on his turn. Anything else?
I'm assuming that's my.
I mean,
That's your
I'm
action, yeah.
sorry, he's not getting the opportunity. Kinvalar is lawful good, but he is also raised as a bounty hunter. And
I mean, dead or alive is a thing. Taking people alive are worth more than dead.
that is true, but these are criminals who are flouncing law and order and a bunch of other things.
Okay.
And also he's angry.
Miracle.
The offer was made, and all of us heard
I
it.
heard it.
Yeah.
Miracle, it's your turn.
Did they seem to be surrendering?
You don't know yet. This is all happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay. Having heard that, I will hold my action to strike this one. Should surrender not. Hold my action to strike one of them should surrender not happen.
All right, Farbolt.
Nope, I'm still stabbing this guy. This guy down here, I'm still stabbing him.
I mean, to be fair, they have been stabbing you. It's only polite.
Right.
Right?
The point.
An 11 misses, though.
And then take a swipe with the dagger.
15 hits. Which one are you attacking? This one?
The one down there, yes.
He's dead. He had
Okay.
1 hit point left.
You did one damage to him.
You did exactly enough to kill him.
Then spin around and look at the other guy. And...
All right,
Hey,
Kinvalar.
Alrighty. So he's been so nicely offered the chance to surrender, which might draw his attention as the sword is coming for the back of his neck.
nice distraction.
And I am spending my bonus action to cast magic weapon.
Okay,
I tried to offer mercy.
you did your job.
So with advantage. So 15.
15 hits.
So 7 slashing damage.
He's still alive.
And 17
Also hits.
for 9 slashing damage.
He is dead. So what actually happened
There
was,
goes his head.
So Fyron came up and like pointed his sword at the back of it, in the back, because remember he's facing Kinvalar, and went surrender. And then, in the blink of an eye later, Kinvalar spins around, slices across the chest, flips the scimitar in his hand, brings it back, slices across the throat, and just as 2 sprays of blood squirt out, he falls to the ground.
Or not.
You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to remain dead.
Just surrender. Is basically how it went.
Surrender or die. Well, I guess your choices are or die.
It's now the bandits' turn. 2 of
Take an
them.
opportunity to surrender.
Well, they might have, but then 2 of them died. So, one is they are attempting to flee, provoking attacks opportunity.
Sweet.
And
Yes.
presumably also my action, given that
So-
running is not surrendering.
So it provokes both your held action and your attack of opportunity. So you get 2 whip attacks against that guy.
So I am
Not that it matters.
with
both miss.
Warcaster. I am casting a spell then.
Okay.
Um,
I should point out it's not police brutality because Kinvalar is not a copy of a bounty hunter.
I know it's
I'm
a
the
reference
cop.
to a different game.
Yeah,
and now, so question with this:
Yes.
when he moves away, when he provokes the opportunity attack, does that attack go off when he's where he is, or when he's right next to me?
It's when he's right next to you.
Okay, so I would still have disadvantage on a ranged attack spell.
Yes.
Um,
And it's him turning and stepping away. And the process of
Fuck
stepping
it.
is what.
You win anyway.
So a 16 does hit. Farbolt.
14 on
Four-
a level female Sacid
a
arrow.
14 hits and kills him. So he turns to run, and a whole. So we're gonna put the camera on the other side of him for now. As he turns around and starts to run towards camera.
Hold on, I want to roll my damage. 17 acid damage.
As he turns around to run toward the camera, a hole just opens up in his chest as an acid arrow flies through, and he collapses to the ground. And then a very similar thing happens to the other bandit that Farbolt exactly kills with a rapier. Just through the throat.
Well, that's done. Shink.
Ow.
I sort of look over at Miracle. I apologize. I tried to offer them the chance to surrender, but
The
There were
whip
criminals ready to murder us.
curls back up.
They had it coming.
We
They
just
kept
had
trying-
a long conversation about how sometimes there is another way to deal with things other than death.
They kept trying to put sharp,
absolutely
pointy
is.
things into me.
To
There
be fair, you and I had that long conversation. They were sort of on the sidelines.
Miracle. There absolutely is. When there's a difference between what we just encountered earlier, or last
Yes,
night.
the natural process where one creature wants to feed on another because food, that's how food works.
Yes, and grieving and all of that whole thing. And the active choice to terrorize and probably murder people for their belongings.
I mean, mostly my point was that there was a point during that conversation where this one said he wasn't going to be a liar and then was made a liar.
Not by my own actions.
And
I offered the chance of surrender, and I meant
That
it.
was not a lie. That was a party disagreement.
Also, technically, it wasn't
One
a lie
chose to offer surrender.
because the
Well,
statement was surrender and you won't be killed. They never surrendered.
They didn't get the chance to surrender. Yeah.
yes.
While they're having this argument,
If they
Bob
would have
poking
said
his
yes
head
or
into
not,
the cart, going,
I
anything
decided
actually in there?
play it safe.
So while the three of you are having a conversation, Farbolt's looting the bodies, and we'll find out what you loot next time on Storm King's Thunder, because we are now ending for the day. So, thank you all very much for joining us here for our Adventurers League game. We appreciate all of you watching. If you like what you saw and you want to see more, you can find more of our content on our website at finalshowfilms.com and on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Senstaku, where all of our video uploads go, as well as here on Twitch, twitch.tv/Senstaku. I want to thank everybody watching and all of our patron supporters at patreon.com/FSFilms, especially our $25 tier supporters, Chris Comfort, Antitonic, and Cat Waterflame, without whom we would do quite as much of the stuff that we do already. We also want to, as a reminder, if you're watching on Twitch, we are Twitch affiliates, which means you can donate bits to us and you can subscribe to the channel if you like it. If you like what you see, you don't have to, but we appreciate everybody that does. Also, let folks know if you like what you saw. When we get to 500 followers on Twitch, we can become Twitch partners, which would be good for us. We get a little bit more of a chunk of change out of the donations that come our way. Also, we want to thank the folks over at 411mania.com. Jeremy, tell us a little bit about 411mania.com.
411 Mania is a site that covers everything you might be interested in within the world of pop culture. Movies, TV, comics, wrestling, mixed martial arts, video games, music. We cover it all. If you want to get the first look at Supreme Leader Snoke's ship in Star Wars: The Last Jedi, we've got that up on the site. News on Sci-Fi Network's latest renewals and cancellations. A whole bunch of wrestling news this morning already. Pokemon Go news, UFC, all the fallout from yesterday's UFC Fight Night 115. If you want to know what Hulk Hogan's favorite all-time moment in wrestling, here's a hint. It involves his career somehow. We've got it there. It's 411mania.com. Check it out.
We appreciate them. We appreciate all of you guys for watching, and and if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below. And we'll see you all next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Adios.
Goodbye.